Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Quantum Leap Futures Morning Leap session for Friday, February the 29th, 2017. It is the last day of the quarter, last day of the trading month. My name is Doug McKay. I'm the founder of Quantum Leap Futures. Each morning we get together in the live go-to session to take a look at the market, macro to micro, take a look at the structure of the market, and then we drill down to our trade levels, our targets, and our hypotheses for the day. We do create multiple hypotheses in order to have a plan in place. We do not know what the market's going to do. We can simply have a plan in place for multiple scenarios and then execute the plan that best suits what the market is doing. Therefore, we don't have to create it on the fly. This is a subscription room. If you're interested in checking it out, send me an email at quantumleapfutures@gmail.com. There's no website. There's no blog. This is not a commercial venture. We do everything live here in the go-to session in the pre-market, and then we do live analysis during the RTH trading session. Please read through the disclaimer. Nobody at Quantum Leap is a certified trading advisor. We are retail traders operating within a self-organized learning environment. Past performance is not indicative of future results. Any trades that you see in Quantum Leap are for education purposes only. Please trade your own due diligence, your own trade plan, and your own risk metrics. So let's get the news out of the way, shall we? We had a lot of news that came out at 8:30. It wasn't really a big mover for the market, except for gold. It made a $3 to $4 move in gold. But everything came out, as expected or slightly better. There was only one miss, and that was the IPPI in Canada. I'm sorry, and real personal consumption was down as well. It was up. In 12 minutes, we've got the Dallas Fed PCE. 42 minutes is Brazil. That's nothing. 57 minutes, we've got Chicago PMI. And then 10 o'clock, we've got University of Michigan Consumer Sentiment and expectations. And then 10:15, we've got Draghi speaking. So that could be a market mover. So be careful with that. 10:30, ECRI, weekly annualized. And then we've got another Fed member. I don't know why these Fed people just love to speak, but Harker is going to be speaking at 11. The rig count at 1 o'clock, and then that's it for scheduled news today. Of course, you always have to watch out with what's going on with the headline news, and the top of that list right now is the tax reform, healthcare, and North Korean nukes. Taking a look at yesterday, our main hypothesis was a open auction in range, a move down towards that 97 area, and then finding responsive buyers and rotating us up and taking us up into the 2504 naked VPOC, chopping around there, and then pushing up and continuing the auction higher into the inverted head and shoulder pattern that we put in September the 11th, and completing the rule of 10. Pretty tight trading day. We only had 8.25 points. Didn't quite get down to the 97. The buyers held it above the 2500, and basically it was starting to look like we were doing a slow hypo 3, which was continuation to new all-time highs. But that didn't happen. They just kind of stalled it out and couldn't get above the 2509.25 Wednesday's high, and we had an inside day yesterday. So pretty tough trading. I mean, if you didn't catch the mid-long or the long off of the 2500, it was really tough to find a spot to jump in that didn't have a really good place to lean against. But the auction just wants to continue up. Taking a look at the macro to micro, I always like to start my day taking a look at a simple candlestick chart. I use a 9 EMA and a 20 SMA on all my charts. This is my paper money. I used TOS for its drawing tools. I love it. It is live data. I use my Thinkorswim for my option trading. We've been following this monthly pitchfork. We're in the upper channel. We continue to one time frame up on the monthly. You can see that we've had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We're in our 10th month where we've one time framed up. We've had higher lows on the monthly. So the trend is very much intact, very strong. We don't even challenge the trend until we get down into the 2400 area. Going to the weekly, we have had a lower low in the weekly where we've had one time framing up for the last 5 weeks. We did get the first sign of some failure, but we're in this channel, this upward channel, and we've broken out of the daily flag. If you look at the daily, we were in this bull flag, and we broke above the top of that resistance, and we've broken out of the bull flag. So I can take that bull flag off. Don't need it anymore. What the heck is that? I don't know what that is. So far today, we've had an inside day. We had an inside day yesterday. So it'll be interesting to see how they handle the Mr. Sneaky on the daily. It's not a FUBAR Mr. Sneaky, so it's certainly, we can still put in a new high after the Mr. Sneaky. We'll see how they handle it today. The key level we want to watch today, of course, is going to be that low from yesterday at 2,500, and then our key line in the sand is going to be moving up from the 87 to the 97 now, and I'll talk about that in just a minute. But we're still above the 9. We've got slope and separation. The trend is intact on the daily. On the weekly, on the intraday, the 4 hour, we've got another possible bull flag here. And we'll be watching that. The 9 EMA is at 2504. This level at 2504.75 is going to be our over-under line. It's the microcomposite VPOC that we're back up into. I'll show you in just a minute. But the trend itself is still intact on the 4 hour. As we move down in time, we have broken below the 9 and the 20 on the 1 hour, so we are seeing some weakness coming in. On the 30-minute, same thing. On the 15-minute, you can see that we're getting slope and separation, possible start of a downward trend, and then on the 5-minute, you can see we get acceleration and slope and separation to the downside. But let's take a look at the structure. So the overall microcomposite from the 12th VPOC is down here at 97. We talked about this 2 days ago. It was down here at the 93.75. We, on the pre-market on Wednesday, we said watch for this to shift to the 97. If it shifts to the 97, it's a long signal. Well, now we're in this upper distribution where we tried to hold value at the 2504.75. And the last 2 days microcomposite is the 24.75. So today we're going to be using the 2504.75 as our over underline, because if we see the shift from the 24.97 to the 2504.75, that's going to be a confirmation of going up and making new all-time highs. We are just slightly above the value area of the overall microcomposite. The value area high is 2503.50. Sorry, I'm just making a note in my journal. And then the last time we were up here, when we tried to hold value at the 2504.75, our value area high was 25.75. So we're just below that. So if we can get back above that, then we're breaking out of this longer time frame value and back into price discovery. It's pretty blunt down here between the 97 and the 04. There's a chance that we could just chop around today. It is the last day of the quarter, the last day of the month in terms of trading. So I am looking for capitulation. We're way over critical mass. If you look at our month open is 24.70 and a quarter, full session open, and our daily ATR is 20 period full session daily ATR, average true range, is running at 12.35 as of today. So 24.70 and a quarter plus the 12.35. Our critical mass is all the way down at 24.8275. So that goes down from yesterday's 95.75 and goes all the way down to the 24.8275. Now our weekly open is 24.99, and our daily ATR 12.35. We got 1 day left in the week. So, oh, come on, 24.99 plus 13.35. So our upside critical mass today for the week is going to be up at 13 and a quarter. And I think that, we're not going to, we're going to end up with a positive month. So the critical mass is not going to be as big a factor in terms of the month. So I'll be watching if we get above this 13 to see if critical mass kicks in for the week. So what critical mass is all about is the fact that there's no possible way now that, well, there is a possible way we're going to get a trend day down, but the probability of having a bearish month is pretty much done. So the bears might, the sellers might capitulate, and we drift into the close, up higher as the buyers take control. Our overnight, let's take a look at the overnight session. Pretty tight overnight session where we had an inside Globex session. We did not break that 25.08 and a quarter high from yesterday. We came down and we're putting in a week low down here. We had a week low at 25.05.50. We just broke it by 1 tick. We're going to want to watch this right here. This is a week low, but it's only a 1 tick failed auction. If we move away from here really quick and the buyers stay on this could turn out to be a signal and where we start our day as a 1 tick failed auction on the Globex low. But right now, our Globex low is 25.05 and a quarter, and our high is yesterday's high, creating a weak high up here at the 25.08 and a quarter. A pretty tight range, very good kurtosis around the 25.0650. This is looking like they're accepting value higher and could be a next leg for a continuation to new all-time highs. So moving our numbers over, our overnight high 08 and a quarter. Overnight low, 5 and a quarter. Come on. So off of our low overnight so far at 5 and a quarter, our daily upside ATR target is 1775. And off of the low, the high overnight of 2508 and a quarter, our downside daily ATR target is going to be 2496. Just 1 point below that 97. Our microcomposite VPOC is at 97. Our over underline is going to be the 2504.75. Trade levels, obviously the 08 and a quarter. I'm actually going to move that slightly down. Whoops, not the overnight. Move that slightly down to the value area high, because I think if we get above the value area high, we'll take out the overnight high. Value area low. This is a very valid value area, so we have to have 2503, and of course the centennial number of 2500. Targets below the 03 is going to be the open from yesterday at 01 and a quarter. 97 below the 2500. Above the over underline is going to be the naked VPOC, and above the value area is going to be the naked close and the overnight high and this week high that we put in yesterday. Levels are pretty straightforward. Hypos are not going to change much. Excuse me. I'm looking for hypo 1 as an open auction in range, in value. Looking for selling coming in on the open, coming down into the 2503 to 2501. Looking for responsive buyers down there. Maybe even a dip below the 2500, but finding buyers, basing, and then rotating up, taking out the naked VPOC and the naked close, chopping in the 08 area, and finally coming up and taking out this 2510 area, pushing up towards the 13 area, and then probably rotating back down and coming back down and closing back towards that 2507 area. That is hypo 1. Hypo 2 is open auction in range, a push up, take out the week high, complete the rule of 10, and then somewhere between 10 and 15, finding responsive sellers, rotating us back down into value, chopping in value and going sideways and closing somewhere around that 2504.75 and getting a shift of the VPOC, microcomposite VPOC. That is hypo 2. Hypo 3 is a open test drive, failure to take out the value area low, push up into the 08, 09 area, chop between there, and then push, make new all-time highs, and start grinding up and going up and closing near all-time highs somewhere up in the teens. Same three hypos we were looking at yesterday, and then hypo 4 is an open auction in range, false breakout or a failure to break out of the 08, 09 area, and then rotating down, okay, into this 97, chopping, failing, and pushing down towards this 2492. I don't think we're going to get much lower than the 90s regardless. So those are my main hypotheses for the ES. In terms of gold, well, gold, I thought we were going to make a bigger move down and get down to the 75, but it seems to be creating a base. What I want to do is bring these 2 days in. That does not shift anything. Find the balance between the last couple days and that is down here at the 1287.4. We're trading around that 91 again. If we don't hold the 87, look for them to rotate down towards the 79. If we can stay above the 87, accept the 91, the main target above is going to be the 93 to 97 area. I'm expecting to have a rather tight day in gold. It's really kind of finding some balance here around this 91 to 93 area. So that's going to complete our pre-market session. As always, trade well, trade safe, and we will catch you on the flip side.